The meaning of life is one of appreciative comparison and growth. To define the meaning of life, we must first acknowledge the existence of an afterlife. That there is indeed an afterlife, and humans are spirits incarnated into the physical. To have a meaning of physical life, we must first acknowledge the spirit, for not to do so means there is no meaning to the physical life. A spirit incarnates into the physical. The physical world is a school. The physical world is limited. We are limited by our five senses, for example. We need food, clothing, and shelter. The physical body requires support as it encounters gravity and needs food, clothing, shelter, and so on for continuance. The physical incarnation is perhaps more limited than a spirit world not bound by a physical body. If consciousness can succeed bodily death, what does that tell us? After all, if we are out of body, we may travel without walking, communicate without speaking, and we need not food, clothing, shelter, and money, certainly, in the same sense as when physical, if at all. This tells us that we are limited. These limitations are important, for although they limit our understanding of a belief in the afterlife, they also allow us to see life from a unique physical perspective. And the physical world's limitations are in fact a key component to the success of the physical world school for spiritual growth. For life is engineered for the spirit to indeed be physical and limited. For it teaches the spirit appreciative comparison. In order to appreciate a less limited spirit world, a spirit must be first limited and physical. Much as a man in midwinter, January, from northern Minnesota leaves 20-degree weather for the 80-degree weather in South Florida. Much as this man may appreciate the warmer weather, perhaps more so than the native South Florida resident who takes the warm weather for granted. Why? Because the Minnesotan has a comparative model to better appreciate the warm weather, a model the native Floridian resident lacks. So the spirit must incarnate into a limited physical body and develop a model to better appreciate the less limited spirit world and consciousness. And what better place to grow and learn lessons than in the physical, for to learn love under the challenges of a limited physical world is indeed the best growth opportunity, and that growth is real. And it is only through repeated incarnations and growth in a spirit realm consisting of a multitude of developmental progressive levels that the spirit learns love. The message I bear for you regarding the meaning of life is one of appreciative comparison and growth to learn love in both the spirit world and the limited physical world school. Embrace physical life, for it is fleeting and indeed precious as we progress closer to each other and God. Above all, learn to love where you have not loved before. Love others and yourself. This was taken from a paper I wrote in late 1994. I was inspired to write this. Spiritual Realism in the Limited Physical World School. Thanks so much for listening.